Hello everyone, I am Akash Riyani, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department at Noble Group of Institutes in Junagadh. I am taking this course Power Plant Engineering, which is more important for mechanical students. We can say that it is core subject for mechanical students. In this subject, total there are 12 units. It begins with thermal power plant, then high pressure boilers, various handling systems like coal handling systems and air handling systems, draft systems, steam nozzles, steam turbine, condenser and cooling towers, feed water treatment, gas turbine, nuclear power plant, jet propulsion, and last, economics of power generation. Today, we will start with unit number 1, which is thermal power plant. In today's session, we will discuss about introduction, Rankine cycle, and general layout of modern thermal power plant. Let's start with the introduction of thermal power plant. If you see in the current scenario of power generation in India, there are various options which are thermal power plant, hydropower plant, diesel power plant, gas turbine power plant, nuclear power plant, and various renewable energy sources like solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, biomass energy, and MHD. Among them, two-thirds of power generation is done with the help of thermal power plant. So that is why it is very important to study about thermal power plant. First of all, what is thermal power plant? It is a setup consisting of systems, subsystems, equipments, auxiliaries required for the generation of electricity, which involves the conversion of energy forms like chemical energy and heat energy into electricity. The functioning of each and every power plant is based on the following processes. First one is steam generation is done in boiler with the help of coal combustion. Second one is generation of mechanical power is done with the help of steam turbine. Third one is electricity generation is done in electrical generator and transmission and distribution where it is required. Next one is Rankine cycle. Rankine cycle is the fundamental operating cycle for all the power plants. It is widely used in coal-based thermal power plant and nuclear power plant. It is first developed by William Jane Rankine in 1959. In Rankine cycle, heat energy is converted into the mechanical energy and it is get transformed into the electrical energy by means of electrical generator. Here you can see from the schematic diagram there are four basic elements which are pump, boiler, turbine and condenser. Let us start with the first element which is pump. Generally, water is using as a working fluid in Rankine cycle. In pump, water is pumped into the boiler. It is represented on TS diagram with 1 to 2 process. It is isentropic compression process. During this process, entropy remains constant. In Rankine cycle, in 1 to 2 process, in compression process, pressure and temperature both are increasing. Second one is boiler. In boiler, steam production takes place. It is constant pressure heat addition process. It is represented on TS diagram with 2 to 3 process. If we mark point A and point B on saturation curve, then there are 3 processes. During 2 to A process, sensible heat is added and during this process, temperature is increasing. During A to B process, only phase change takes place and temperature remains constant. So, it is latent heat addition process. During B to 3 process, if we further add heat into the boiler, then it is converted into the superheated steam. Third one is the turbine. At point 3, it is the entry of the turbine. It is isentropic expansion process. 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion process. During this process, temperature and pressure both are decreasing. In last stage of the turbine, some of the water, some of the steam, it get transformed into the water. It is wet steam. Next one is general layout of modern thermal power plant. You can see from the schematic diagram there are four main circuits of thermal power plant, which are first coal and ash circuit, second one is feed water and steam circuit, third one is air and flue gas circuit, fourth one is cooling water circuit. Let us start with the first circuit, which is coal and ash circuit. It includes coal delivery, coal preparation, coal handling, boiler furnace, ash handling and ash storage. The coal which is coming from the coal mines is delivered by means of ship, by means of rail or by means of truck. It is first unloaded on the plant side. Then after it is crushed in the crusher for reduction in the size of the coal. The coal is then weighted and stored in the stacks in the coal storage yard. Here the stored coal is then transferred by means of mechanical belt conveyor. Here the size coal is carried out by means of mechanical conveyor to overhead bunker and stored there. There is an opening at bottom of the bunker. From the opening, the correct quantity of coal is continuously fed into the flight conveyor. The flight conveyor carries the coal on the boiler house and then after it is fed into the hopper by gravity. The hopper fed the coal at the required quantity on the stoker and then after coal is burnt in the stoker. The ash resulting from the combustion of the coal collect at the bottom of the boiler and then after it is removed to the ash storage yard by ash handling equipment. Next one is air and gas circuit. It consists of forced draft fan, air preheater, boiler furnace, superheater, economizer, dust collector, induced draft fan and chimney. For combustion of coal, air is required. Here the air is drawn from the atmosphere by means of forced draft fan and then after it is fed into the air preheater. Here in air preheater, air is preheated by flue gases. This preheated air is supplied into the furnace to provide the air for combustion of fuel. The combustion of fuel results in the formation of flue gases. Here the flue gases will pass through the superheater, economizer and then after air preheater and in last it is passed through the induced draft fan and then after it is escaped by means of chimney. Next one is feed water and steam circuit. It consists of condensate extraction pump, condenser, feed water heater, deaerator, feed pump, economizer, boiler, superheater, steam turbine and generator. The condensate steam is known as a condensate. It is extracted from the condenser by condensate extraction pump. Here it is condensate extraction pump. It will extract condensate from the condenser. The condensate is heated in the low pressure heater by using a steam which is extracted from the low pressure extraction point of the turbine. The feed water is then passed into the deaerator and then after the high pressure heater where it is heated by the blade steam extracted from the suitable point of turbine. The function of the deaerator is to reduce the content of the dissolved oxygen from the feed water. Around 1% of the steam and water is passing through the different component of the system and it is lost and then therefore water is added into the feed water as a makeup water after treating water in the water treatment plant. Here it is water treatment plant. It will reduce the dissolved salt to the acceptable level and avoid the scale formation on the inner surface of the water tube. In boiler, water is converted into the high pressure steam and which may be wet. Wet steam is converted into superheated steam by means of it will pass through the superheater. Here which is placed in the path of the flue gases. So the superheated steam first expand in the high pressure stage of turbine and it is then reheated in the reheater and again it is expanded in the low pressure stage of the turbine. The mechanical power is developed by the turbine is supplied to the generator where mechanical energy is converted into the electrical energy and the exhaust steam is then passed to the condenser. Fourth one is cooling water circuit. It consists of pump, condenser and cooling tower. In condenser, the expanded steam is cooled and thereby condensate into the water by giving the latent heat to the circulating water. This hot water is then taken into the cooling water where the water is sprayed in the form of the droplets through the nozzle. The atmospheric air enters the cooling water from the bottom opening provided at the bottom of the tower. This air removes the heat from the water, thereby water gets cooled, and then after the cold water gets collected at the bottom of the cooling tower. This cold water again circulated through the pump, condenser and cooling tower. Thus, the cycle is repeated and some water may be lost in the evaporation of the cooling tower. Hence, the makeup water is added to the circulating water by means of pump. The water for the makeup water is taken from the river. Thank you.